I'm an educator, motivator, professional bodybuilder. I am the People's Health Coach, here to help you to become your best selves. And this is Muscles and Stilettos.
I am Wonder Woman, a wonder of a woman, a creature so fearfully and wonderfully made that even my creator had to sit back and say, "Woo, man." An amazing Amazon, protector to all. Hell hath not the fury that I can unleash, should I or my loved ones be scorned. Mother Earth, growing potential thoughts, potential ideas, birthing those ready to be born and those ready to be reborn.
Hey Fit Fam, I wanted to remind you of just how powerful you are. You are the most powerful being in the universe. Oftentimes we're in situations or surrounded by people that tell us that we're not enough. I'm here to tell you, you are. You are enough. You are more than enough. And one of the ways that you can dictate your trajectory as to where you will be is by using the words, I am. The most powerful words in the universe. What you follow them with will dictate your trajectory. I'm poor. I'm unsuccessful. I'm fat. I'm ugly. Those are the things that manifest in your spirit. But if you follow the words I am with, I'm beautiful, I'm loved, I'm light, I'm successful, I'm wealthy, those are the things that will begin to manifest in your life. How do you do that? How do you become a most powerful being? I want you to follow these 5 action steps. Step number 1, I want you to write your anchoring statement. What is that? I want you to think of Shaft. When Shaft steps out of his car, you hear his music going, you see his coat flowing, and he is just the man. What is going to be your anchoring statement, your theme song? For me, this year, my anchoring statement is to be bold, to be courageous, to do something that I've never done before. That's step number 1. Step number 2, I want you to write a letter to yourself. Dear beloved, because you are indeed beloved. I want you to see where you are in your life. I want you to write where you are financially, socially, spiritually, physically, all of those pieces. And I want you to fold up the letter, tuck it, and put it away. And at the end of the year, I want you to look at it to determine and see how far you've come. That's step number 2. Step number 3, I want you to begin to monitor your thoughts. Just like I said before, the I am, monitor your thoughts, monitor your words. Really pay attention to what is coming out of your mouth. Because once you do that, you will begin to dictate and see exactly where you are. Step number 4, I want you to watch the tribe. Monitor the people around you. Are they positive? Are they negative? See, positive people fill you with energy. They fill you with love. They fill you with light. Negative people, on the other hand, they're like chains around your ankle, just pulling you down. Matter of fact, when you leave them, you're tired. That's how you know they're negative. You feel tired when you leave their presence. So how do you get rid of them? Begin to crowd and surround yourself with positive people, and the negative people will begin to find their way out. Last and not least, I want you to be bold and to be courageous. Do something that you've never done. If you've never worn lime green, wear lime green. If you've never eaten escargot, try escargot. If you've never been on a roller coaster, get a ticket and go on a ride. Fit Fam, you are the most powerful beings in the universe. And now we have steps on how to tap into that inner power. Be bigger, be fitter, be stronger. Be good to yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. Caballin, and I am the Fitter Woman. And this is On the Go. Let's go. I know you're super busy and it's really hard to get to the gym. You got work, you have the kids, but what if I told you you can sneak in a quick workout while you're at work? So here's some great workouts that you can do while at work. Now bear in mind, I am wearing heels. Now, one of the great benefits to doing these exercises with heels is it helps to intensify the sensation. So the first thing you can do is called a squat. You're literally sitting back as if you're sitting into a chair, coming up, pushing through your feet, and that's what it is. Sit back again, push up through your feet, and as you're pushing up, you're literally feeling the pressure come through the whole back of your legs into your glutes. One more time, sitting back, pushing up through your feet, and bringing your hips forward. That's called a squat. The next exercise that you can do are called leg lifts. So you can go into the rear, and here when you're coming back, you're actually contracting the glutes, giving you that nice round look, especially with those nice jeans that you like. The next side is coming up to the side. That really begins to sculpt the side of the leg, your quads. The last thing you can do for your arms, everybody loves sexy arms. You can just find a chair or a wall, lean up against it, and push it away as if you're one unit. There you go. You can do 3 to 10 of these exercises, 3 sets, getting your workout in, and I promise you, you will see the difference. So here's some quick ways just to get a workout in.
Dropping gems from Keisha Christian. She's on a mission, sharing information, knowledge for soul, body and mind. Dropping gems, KeishaGems.com, KeishaGems.com.
I love spending time with my mom. A lot of time people ask me, how are you so motivating? How are you so positive? And I always say, I got it from my mama. When we were growing up, you would always tell us how special we were. You would always use positive reinforcement. And as Lloydie and Trey and I grew into adulthood, we realized that we actually took this in and we utilize it as young women and now women in our whatever up there. But I realized that I don't allow people to treat me any which way. And all because of you constantly reinforcing that into our minds, telling us how special you are. What happens to a rose if it's handled too much? We would have to say, the petals fall off.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, what made you do that with us?
It's what they call positive conditioning. Remember, we are what we think. The more positive we think about ourselves, the more we become it. And this way, when you grow up, you're going to feel lovely, you're going to believe in yourself, you're going to feel competent, and then people won't play with you because you know who you are, you know where you stand. So people have to treat you the same way. You're thinking about yourself. But the same thing, if you take a child and you always using negative reinforcement, the child become that, and the child will have less self-esteem, and the child will not believe in himself or herself. It's a problem. It's a problem now. Every day there are certain people just that's the way, they don't know, but that's the way they raise their children.
You know what's interesting? I do it with my students. I've now passed on those lessons to my students. I'm always telling them, you know, you are what you think. You know, you're intelligent. You know more than what you give yourself credit for. So I even find myself taking those same things and pouring them into my student. And one of the biggest and best compliments a student has ever given me is, you've taught me how to believe in myself. And all I can do is just think about you. I'm like, wow, here my mom taught us to believe in us and ourselves. And here I am getting my students to believe in themselves. So just this legacy of positive reinforcement, of positive conditioning, even with Zuriel, my niece, your granddaughter. You know, there's certain things you have her do at home. Like when I come over, you know, you're always telling her, okay, let's go. I'm beautiful, I'm smart. I mean, on Sundays, whenever I come over, you have what do you have a saying again?
I love myself. I love myself to a point where nothing can stop me from doing whatever I have to do. And you believe, you love, you feel competent, you feel excited, you feel loved.
And she's only 6.
You have to implant these thoughts, these positive thoughts in her mind right this minute.
But what do we do with people who are older and they didn't get that? Because I see some people when they're walking around, they have such a negative mindset about themselves, about their future. And I try to, you know, share that with my clients, with my students, with anybody that I can around me. But people that are older who have been conditioned a little bit longer with the negative mindset, they're very challenging to try to change that mindset.
You can't do that with adults. With adults, it's different. The first thing the adult have to do is to analyze his or her life. Okay, what do I like? What I don't like? What would I like to change? And from that point, you said, okay, I'm going to change this. I want to become this. So now, if you want to build up your self-confidence, you will start with saying, you know, I love myself. And I love myself. In every place I go, people love to be around me. I can do it. I'm lovely. I'm beautiful. I'm competent. I'm powerful. Once you do that, that fuels that energy, because it becomes a force. It's a motivation. It becomes a force. And then with repetition, it becomes you become it. That's how you condition the mind.
Remember when I was getting ready for that competition and I had to do 2 divisions? I had to do both figure and physique. I was bugging out. I was like, what do you mean I gotta do two categories? I've only done 1. And I had to practice posing for different ones. I had to create a routine for the other one. And I remember going one day to my mom and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. How am I supposed to do 2 different routines? And my mom was looking at me like, I don't understand why you're freaking out like that. And
because you can do it.
And she was like, you can do this. This is nothing. Let's go. So in the morning, you're going to practice this one. In the evening, you're going to practice this one. You can do this. You're going to tell yourself that you can do this. And I'm sitting here going, I can do this.
Convince yourself, I can do it. I can do it. I'm the master of my mind. I'm the master of my body. I can do it. And you will do it. No, there's nothing you put your mind into you cannot do. No matter what, you can do it. And this is why it's important when you wake up in the morning, you have to check your emotion. How am I feeling today? Am I feeling good? Am I feeling lovely? Am I feeling this? And then if you see you feeling good, you love yourself, you're going up. Now, if you're feeling depressed, sad, you're going down. immediately say, no, I'm not having this today because I love myself. I'm the child of God and I'm connected with the source, and there's no way I'm going to feel sad today because I can see the sun, I can see the light, I can see my brother, I can see my sister, I can see my mom. So why do I have to feel this way? Oh, no. I'm not having this today. Immediately you will do a switch and then you will feel different. You know, sometimes if you have to scream, you know, just those words, I am who I am, and I love myself, that alone will just reinforce. And then it fuels the energy and you become it.
And the interesting part is I did exactly what you said. Every morning I would get up, I'm like, I can do this, and I would say it in my head, and I would play it in my head.
Visualize
it. You're always telling me that.
Visualize
every time I'm getting, before you get on the stage, you have to visualize what you
see
want.
Yourself.
Visualize, see what yourself. When I'm training, visualize your goal. So, and just, it pretty much just like completely immerse myself in it. And I went on to win the show. Like, I won the show. I was like, oh my God, my mom knows what she's talking about. You know?
Once you visualize yourself, let's say for instance you want to become a doctor, you're in college, and they say, I can do this. Every day you will wake up and then start thinking about, okay, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. See yourself as a lawyer. See yourself working at your office. See yourself, all your clients are happy with your services. See yourself doing that, and it becomes a routine, but you have to do it consistently, every day, fuel it, until one day you say, oh my God, I did it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's easy, but with persistence, you will get wherever you have to go.
And it's true, because I practice it, I do it, and on the days, like you said, when I check myself and I'm like, I'm feeling great, I just go with it. And on the days where I'm not feeling great, you're like, well, you gotta check that.
Not today.
Exactly.
Today.
You gotta tell yourself,
not
today. Like the Mutombo finger, not today.
No.
You know? Not today.
No, not today.
So I'm not to accept it. So, I mean, one of the things that I've always admired about you is that you're always encouraging us to push ourselves and to move forward and not to let challenges overtake us. Or like I said, I find myself in different situations I'm challenging, and I come to you. I'm in the kitchen sitting in the T-chaise, which by the way is like this little chair she has in her kitchen. So whenever I come over, that's where I sit, in the little chair. And the little chair is as growing up, I never really understood it, but as an adult now I understand it puts you in a humbling position. It puts you in a position of wanting to learn. So I always end up in the kitchen in the T-chaise.
Right.
And just knowing that, to allow myself to always remember that I'm always learning, to condition my mind to deal with different challenges. And I appreciate that about you, and I thank you.
And I'm glad you're
lesson.
putting it in practice.
I am.
It's getting you somewhere.
It is. Fam, today we've agreed that we're going to exercise. We're going to move our bodies. I've even shown you some creative ways that you can incorporate it while at work. We've agreed that we're going to condition our minds to think differently, to speak differently, to surround ourselves with positive people, to be bold, to be courageous, to write our own theme song. We've also agreed to spend time with our loved ones. I love you, mommy.
I love you too.
Fit Fam, My name is Orlandina Ballin, and thank you for watching Muscles and Stilettos.